What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Chatter Show. I have a thought today. If we are raising our young women to compete with men, then why aren't we raising our young men to compete with women? Because it's unfair to teach women to compete with men, but at the same time not teach men to compete with women. I know why we don't. I know why we shouldn't. But is that fair to the young men if they're being graded on competing with women? Because it gives women an unfair advantage. That's why we come back to our homes and men of today are saying, and women today saying, well, I'm out earning you. I didn't know it was a competition. I didn't know that we were trying to compete with each other. I didn't know that mattered if you out-earned me. Because if we were together, right, wouldn't we actually earn more together? But if it's a competition between who can earn the most, then let's get it. Because right now, I'm not competing with you. You're competing with me, which means I don't know that there's a competition. So I didn't know that we were having an event to compete against. You get it? Because right now, our women are too busy trying to say they're outpacing black men when we weren't taught to compete with you. Our mothers taught and our fathers taught to cater to you, to work with you, to understand you. You haven't been taught that. You've been taught that you don't need me, that you can do it without me, and that you can do anything that I can do. While at the same time, they're telling me to let you compete and don't compete at my highest level against you. Don't be too rough on you. Don't be too hard on you. But you're coming back and saying, okay, well, look what I've done. I beat you. You haven't beaten me because I wasn't competing. But now when I compete, are you going to be able to keep up? I know the answer. You know the answer. So I suggest that we stop competing. Because we have that example today. The men that you applaud are the men that were men that you applaud and now have transitioned to being women. They're competing with you. And when they get in your events, when they get in a competition with you, they outpace you. They beat you. But see, what I know as a male, not a transitioned woman or a woman, that's not my responsibility to compete with you. I know that it's my responsibility to take care of you, to make sure that you have opportunities to do things. If you say you want to be a leader, you create an environment that leaders and that the people that work for you can prosper in. You become a team. See, women have forgotten that in their effort to unseat the patriarchy. But the patriarchy taught men responsibility. Feminism is not teaching you responsibility. Because see, I knew that I had to take care of my family. I knew that I had to take care of my wife. And in our society, men have created systems that does that if other men do not take care of their responsibilities. Feminism is not teaching that. They're teaching you to what? Compete. Everybody's on the same level. So that means there's no responsibility to take care of anyone. Because we're all at the same level. So I don't have to take care of you. Because there is no responsibility for someone that is my equal. And we understand equality that doesn't mean that we don't have roles, but equality takes away the roles. It takes away responsibility. So when women say, oh, we want to lead, first you have to understand where leadership is and what you're leading. Because the men that you applaud and they transition to become more like you, they try to replace you. They try to take over your position. Because now they're women. Understand that. Understand that men are needed because it protects a woman's responsibility in her position. If you do not understand that, women will cease to exist as they exist. That's deep. Understand. And it won't be because you out overseated men. It's because men have taken your space. That's deep. So, what purpose will you have except for child rearing in a man's life? What purpose will you have if everything I do, I can do better than you? What purpose will you have? See, we have to understand our purpose. Understand our strengths. Because if I tell my son to compete with my daughter at his full capacity, his full capability, and I take all the rules that I put upon him off, she will not last. She will not win. Understand all the things that, all the rules and laws that make things equal, make me have to treat you a certain way. When you remove all those, and you remove the playing field that we automatically think that women are our responsibilities and that we have to take care of, then that's when you find out how important men are. How we protect you from us, from you, from people that will take advantage of us and you. That's what leaders do. So really sit down. Stop trying to tear men down and understand that we have roles and responsibilities. Stop teaching your daughters to compete with men. Teach them to understand men. Because I don't want to teach my son that he should be competing with my daughter. Because that would be unfair to my daughter. It would be unfair to my daughter because she needs me to create an environment for her to prosper. You say she can create it herself, but I know there's wolves out here. And these wolves sometimes dress in sheep clothing. Understand what a sheep is? And the wolf will get in your home and you allow him in. And the wolf will be sitting there talking just like that grandmama. That story is very important. But we don't understand it because we have taken away storytelling. We don't understand storytelling. We don't get the meanings of storytelling because everything has been told to us in black and white. We have lost our cultures of communication. Communication is big. Understanding is big. So please stop communicating to our children this false sense of competition. because all it's forming is more of a crab in a barrel syndrome. It's a lot to unpack in this message. But go look up crabs in a barrel. It's about competition. It's when people are competing so much to get out. It's when crabs are competing so much to get out of a barrel that they don't realize that they work together, they get out easily. But they keep pulling each other down because they keep trying to do it by themselves. That is the trick of you can leave the barrel wide open and they still won't get out. And that's kind of what our society has done to us. They put us in a barrel. It took us out of our natural environment and put us in a barrel. And we don't understand how to get out. We haven't figured it out yet. But making our daughters and sons compete against each other is not the way. Making women believe that they can compete with a man is not the way. Because the men have started to figure out that they're in a competition and it's not starting to look pretty. That's why the doors aren't getting opened. That's why the men aren't pumping the gas. That's why a lot of men aren't paying the bills. That's why men aren't taking care of their responsibility and taking care of their children. All those things. That's why women have forgotten their important role of being a loving, caring mother and wife. A responsible citizen to not only herself, but to her community. Same for the man. We have to stop allowing people to play games with our mindsets and our perception. You may not like my message, but I'm still telling it to you. You can take it or you may not. But to me, from what I understand and asking people these questions, it has become a truth. And I've been asking these questions since 2008. It's a long time. So when we understand and we take the time to understand what people have done, then we'll grow. And what I mean by done is how they misled us. I'm thankful to be here to teach. I'm thankful to be here to talk. On this rock I stand. Please like, subscribe, share, and then comment. Let's get a conversation. Let's talk to each other. There's nothing wrong with talking. There's nothing wrong with communicating. If you have a different opinion, let me know. We can talk about it. We can communicate. Have a good one.